On the 8th day of Christmas, STEMusic gave to me 8 math equations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 floating eggs, 6 Coke and Mentos, 5 songs on STEM. 4 gumdrop bridges, 3 no leaking baggies, 2 rocket launches, and a lesson on engineering. All right, let's talk about it. We got 8 math equations here. I wrote them down on a sticky note right here so that I wouldn't forget them. We're gonna erase the big board over here. I know you're looking at my back, but as you're looking at my back, I want to say thank you so much for tuning into all of these days of Christmas that we've been doing with STEMusic. It has been really fun. I have just been having a blast, so thank you. Okay, so we're gonna do each of the problems. We're gonna solve them, explain how we do these problems and these math equations, have some fun maybe, and listen to some cool music that's gonna be playing underneath this, all right? Thank you so much. So here we go, first problem. 3 plus x equals 7. So the main goal that we're trying to do in this problem is we want to solve for this x. We want to know what this x is. Now, STEMusic Nation, I know you're super smart, so you probably already know what it is. But here's what we need to do. We need to get like terms together. So that means any variables, we want to get them together. This is a variable. Any numbers, we want to get them together, which we have 2 numbers here. So let's take this 3 and subtract it from both sides. So 3 minus 3, that becomes 0, right? So we can cancel that out. And then we take it over here and we subtract over here. 7 minus 3 is, you guessed it, 4. And guess what? Looks like we got an answer here because we just carry this x down, x equals 4. Now you can say, okay, that's the answer, but plug it in, let's check it out, let's see if it really is. So let's rewrite our equation, 3 plus 4, what does that equal? 7! This is simple stuff. Doing the math. Hey, I'm doing the math, you know. We got a song about that. You can stream it anywhere you listen to your music called Doing the Math. So next problem we have on here is 12 minus x equals 4. Same scenario here. We want to try and solve for this variable x. Now I'm gonna do a little something different, okay? Because I want to make it easier on everyone. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this x to both sides. When I add this x to both sides, these cancel out. And right now I have 12. I'm basically just rewriting my equation. Equals 4 plus x. Still don't know what this x is. I just wanted to rewrite the equation, so I did that. Now, like we said earlier, like terms getting them together, I'm gonna subtract this 4 from both sides. This cancels out, right? Because that's 0 when you do that. And then we have this answer over here, which is 8. And you bring down that x. X equals 8. I just wrote it the other way. So you can solve math problems in many different ways. And actually, if I'm being honest and transparent, just like the first line of the math song, me and math really haven't been friends. Because I get really frustrated at times, like how? How are you able to solve it like a couple different ways? Well, that's because that's how math works. We gotta check our work. So let's do a 12 minus 8, and what does that give us? 4. Doing the math. We got 25 over x equals 5. So here's what we're gonna do. We want to solve for this variable x, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to multiply x times both sides, okay? Once again, I'm trying to rearrange this equation. Because I want to just look at it in a more simpler way for me. So I'm multiplying it times this side, and so I have to do the same thing over here, multiplying it by this side. Well, x over x, it cancels out to be 1, okay? So what's 1 times 25? 25. So we have 25 here, we have 5x here. Okay, so I just rearranged it so that I can look at it better. Because when I'm looking at it this way, for me at least, like I said, there's multiple ways to solve these problems. I'm just gonna divide out this 5 right here. And for me, I'm like, oh, 25 divided by 5, that's 5. So my answer is 5. Carry down this x, this 5 comes here. But what do we have to do? We gotta plug it back in. So plug it back in we have 25 over x equals 5. And obviously that's kind of what we did to solve the problem, right? Because 5 times 5 is 25. But we'll put it in anyway. 25 over 5, I know it's a little at the very bottom right here. I'll write it right here. 25 over 5 has to be equal to 5. Doing the math. I'm just having a good time. Okay, last one of the first 4 was, I think, another multiplication, and that is 11x equals 88. So, see how this problem was written? To me, it was already simple enough to just go from here and divide out my 11. So that cancels out on that side. So all I have left is x equals 88 over 11, which then simplifies to x equals 8. But we gotta plug it back in. Plug it back in. That's a terrible wave. Let me do it right. There we go. Plug it back in to make it 11 times 8 equals 88. Boom. Doing them. Here we go. So we got 6x plus 12 equals 24. Remember what I said at the very beginning? Like, get your like terms together, right? So we got variable here that's attached to the 6, right? 6x plus 12 equals 24. So I'm gonna get that 12 to the other side. I think that's just gonna help me first of all to make it look a little bit better. So I'm gonna subtract this 12. 12 minus 12 is 0. Those cancel out. You gotta do the same thing to the other side. Notice how I'm doing it to both sides. You have to do it to both sides. Okay, then I have 24 minus 12 being 12. Then I rewrite, clean it up, rewrite 6x equals 12. Y'all are like, I can solve that in my head. Cool. We're gonna keep working it though. So, it looks pretty simple to me, like what we were doing a little earlier. So I'm just gonna divide out this 6, and that brings me to x equaling 2. But we gotta plug it back in. So let's plug it back in by doing 6 times 2 plus 12 equals what? 24, because 6 times 2 is 12 plus 12 equals 24. Okay, we got 3 more problems. We are doing them. I really am enjoying myself right now. So thank you for watching this video if you are watching this video. We're having a Christmas concert, December 18th, 6 p.m. Central Time, this coming Friday. It is going to be fun. I'm going to be singing a whole bunch of Christmas songs, and we're also raising $250 for a book scholarship for a high school graduating senior who is going to college to study a major that happens to be about STEM. So it's gonna be a great cause, a fun time. I wanna see you there on Instagram Live, TikTok Live, and Facebook Live. Now let's get back. 2 plus 8x, 2 plus 8x equals 58. 58. Now, similar to the other problem, I wanna take that 2 and get it to the other side. Let's get rid of this 2 over here on the left side. So I'm gonna subtract that 2 away to both sides. This goes away because that's 0, but you have to do it on the other side. You gotta do it on the other side. And so I subtract here and I get 56. So then I go to rewrite, I get 56, I'm gonna rewrite my equation. 8x, just bringing this 8x right here straight down, 8x equals 56. And because you're a genius, and you already know STEMusic Nation, you already know what the answer is. But we find ourselves in a similar position. So we just divide by this 8, and x equals 7. And then we just plug it back in. We always plug it back in because that verifies what we're doing. 8 times 7, because that's what our x is 58. And it makes sense because 2 plus 56 is 58. Bada boom, bada bing. You are doing great. Leave a comment, maybe ask a question about other equations we can do maybe in the future. It is a Math Monday too, so we picked 12 days of Christmas, day 8 being Math Monday because it happened to fall on a Monday. So that's why we did math equations. Okay, this equation is 32 over x minus 2a equals 6a. Okay, I'm making up number language. Anyway, once again, I want to do something with that too. So I'm gonna get, because you see how this is not attached to an x or anything like that. So I'm gonna get to the other side like we've been doing. So let's add this 2. So we're gonna add this 2 on both sides. That cancels that out. And we are going to get 8 over here. So I got 6 plus 2 is 8. So I'm just gonna bring this equation down here. 32 over x equals 8. Now I want to do like we did earlier. We did this earlier. I'm gonna multiply x by both sides, okay? That's gonna cancel these out. And what do I have? I have 32 equals 8x. So I'm gonna get rid of that 8 over here so we can solve for our x. So got multiplication going on, that means we have to divide. So we're gonna divide this 8, and once we do 32 divided by 8, we get what x is, okay? So hopefully you've been following along. I just try to like make the problem a little bit more simpler and then go for it and solve it. Okay, we got 4 over here equals x, but we gotta plug it in to see if it actually worked. So what did we have originally? 32 over 4, because that's what our x is, minus 2 equals 6. 32 divided by 4 is going to give us our 8 minus 2, which is going to be 6. So it all works out. It's always got to work out. Math problem we're going to solve, but the very next problem we will solve. That's a cover of Last Christmas. 9 minus 2x equals 5. So I want to get, see this 9 over here, just like in all the other problems, I want to get it away to the other side. So we just have what we want to solve for on the left side. So this is a positive 9. So I'm going to subtract 9. That's going to be 0, cancels out. So we're going to subtract 9 over here. So you say, wait a minute, I see 5 minus 9. 5 is not greater than 9. So what does that mean about this? That means we're going to come out with a negative result, a negative number over here, which is going to leave you with negative 4. Now, you bring everything down like we've been doing this entire time. Don't let the negative sign freak you out. Negative 2x equals negative 4. And now we just need to solve for that x. And watch this magic wonder of math. Divide out this negative 2 to both sides. And you treat negative numbers just like you would positive numbers in regards to division and multiplication. They just have to carry their sign. So we get x equals, check this out. What's 4 divided by 2? 2. You're absolutely correct. Now because both of these numbers carry a negative, you guessed it, it becomes a positive. So x equals 2. Now if it was negative 4 divided by 2, okay, it might be then negative 2. But because you have a negative and a negative, they cancel each other out. You get x equals 2. But we gotta wait, because we gotta plug it in to see if it's okay. 9 minus 2 times 2, because x equals 2, equals 5. So 9 minus 2 times 2 we know is 4. 9 minus 4 equals 5. You did it. You were great. We just did 8 math equations, and I'm pretty sure you already had the answer in your head as I was solving. So kudos to you for being ahead of the curve, ahead of the game on this Math Monday, in this 12 days of Christmas with STEMusic. Thank you so much. Be sure to tune into our Christmas concert, a STEMusic Christmas, happening this Friday, December 18th, 6 p.m. Central Time on Instagram Live, TikTok Live, and Facebook Live. It's going to be a great time. I can't wait to see you there, and stay tuned. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Peace.